For better days.
Welcome back to my channel. So today we will be talking about the top 4 reasons why it could be hard for you to be gaining weight right now. So my first off is always your family history. If your parents are skinny, there's nothing you can do about it. It is genetic. You earned your genes, like I earned my genetics from my father. He is very tall, very slim, so I have the same build. I'm very tall, very slim, so that's the number one thing. You have to look at your parents and your grandparents. Are they slim? Are they not slim? You know, you have, first of all, that's your main determination. If your family has same with illnesses, if your family has a history of illnesses, it is more common that you will have the same illnesses. So if your parents are thin, you'll be thin. If they have already a low body fat percentage, you are most likely to be the same way, low body fat percentage. So with that being said, second on is your metabolism. What is metabolism? Metabolism is the process that your body breaks down the food to convert it to energy. So I have a very high metabolism. My body's constantly breaking down everything that I eat. It's always working itself, it's never stop. So that's another factor. If you have a high metabolism, you're processing your food and you're getting way more energy than you're supposed to. Then we have on our third topic is illnesses. Now, this is something that people can't control. You know, there are certain diseases out there that cause nausea. There are others that you have diarrhea and vomiting. And I've been sick. And the last thing that I want to do when I'm sick is eating. So that causes fatigue. You don't want to eat. You're losing weight. You don't feel good. You don't have the energy to do certain things. Me, when I get sick, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but I lose about 5 to 10 pounds every time I'm sick. So I can't afford to get sick. So the fourth topic is mental illness. So I think that when you're sad or when you overthink things, you tend to either have a fatigue appetite or you have more appetite. A lot of people eat when they're depressed. And then a lot of people that are like me, they can't eat. Honestly, if something's making me sad, I feel sick to my stomach. I cannot eat. I feel sick. I want to throw up. It's horrible. It's the worst feeling ever. And a lot of times I do it to myself. I overthink things or I create scenarios in my head and it just makes me sad and it causes me to spiral down into this stupid few days that I'm not eating and I'm just like thinking like, you know, you gotta stop that. You gotta think about your mental health. You gotta stay positive. I meditate. I really enjoy meditating at night and in the mornings. It's really good for you. It like aligns my vibrations and it aligns pretty much everything in my life. It's really weird to explain. If you've never really meditated, I strongly suggest you to do it. And if you've tried and you have not found any results from it, it's basically because you haven't been consistent. Consistency is key to everything. Consistency is key to gaining weight, to losing weight, to being happy, to having good relationships. Everything is based on consistency and commitment. How much are you willing to give to be able to receive that? So making yourself a happier person. Let's say you're sad at your job. Well, right now I understand the conditions, of the world. So it's not like you can just go out and get another job. But if you can, do it. Or talk to whoever's upsetting you at work, figure it out. A lot of people, they don't talk about their feelings and they just bottle everything up and then they explode or they get depressed and they're very sad inside and it causes them to lose a lot of weight or gain a lot of weight. And I just think that if people were more open to talking about certain things, they would be much happier and they would be gaining weight or losing weight, whatever their goal is, they would actually achieve it just by being honest to themselves and talking about the things that are bothering them. And, you know, I think that's something that a lot of people lack. Okay, so another disease that is out there is bulimia and anorexia. Bulimia is when you eat a lot, or you eat and you then get sad, or you feel bad about eating, or you feel gross that you ate so much, or you even ate that you go to the bathroom and you either stick your fingers down your throat or you grab toothbrushes. I've seen girls do some crazy stuff and they just throw up because they don't want to get fat and they feel gross. And so they just throw up all their food. And that can cause serious damage to your throat, to your body, to literally, it's not good for you and it's not healthy, and I do not recommend anybody to do that. I have never experienced that, but I am guilty of, I was told that I had anorexia nervosa by a psychiatrist because I was literally 90 pounds and I was on a diet because I was fat. And I would refuse to eat certain things because they had certain calories, and I thought that I had to stay under 500 calorie diet, and it was crazy. And so anorexia is when you think you are fat and you refuse to eat because you don't want to get fat and you think you're fat. And it's a horrible feeling because I was extremely underweight, and if I could go back and tell myself, hey, Julie, wake up. You just need to go to the gym and you need to be consistent and you'll get hungry. I was in the soccer team in Brazil and I was in volleyball team, and people would look at me and not even think I even left my house because I was so skinny. I tried out for basketball, but the coach said that I wasn't allowed to play because when the girls would push me, I would fly halfway through the court and I was a liability, so I couldn't play. I was too skinny to play basketball. And that kind of like made me feel bad. I had names. They would call me Bag of Bones. They would call me Olive, Olivia Palito, which is Popeye's girlfriend, if anybody knows. And just, you know, knowing that my friends would get asked out because they had the perfect, beautiful Brazilian body, and I was just literally like a twig, And I thought I was fat, and I didn't understand why I didn't look like them. And I worked out. Trust me, I went to the gym and I worked out, but I thought that it was only the treadmill and running and riding like the bicycle that would make me in shape, and it would help me lose whatever weight I thought that I had to lose. And so when I came to the United States, I had a very hard time here, you know, moving out of my parents' house at 17, right after high school, and doing things on my own on my second year, or actually not even my first year of being in the country. And life hit me hard and I struggled. You know, I was skinny a lot of the times because I was depressed, I was alone, and I also didn't really have much money to eat. But there are diets that are very cheap, but I didn't know that. I had no idea, and I thought I looked fine. I didn't care. I honestly didn't care. It took me going through a breakup that I was like, you know what? I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of not feeling good enough, always feeling used. Like, I want something for myself. I want to do something radical. So I shaved my head and I joined the gym and I worked out. I worked my butt off. I was there every single day. I had a trainer. I was drinking the nasty protein shakes, And I even got offered, they told me, they're like, Julie, you're never gonna grow it, and you're never gonna, you know, look like those girls if you don't take juice. And I was like, no, I would rather like be natural than do steroids. But I did it. I stayed consistent. I did it for myself. I told myself that I needed this and I was gonna do it. And I stayed consistent for 2 years, and it definitely changed my life. It made me not let people step all over me because of my confidence boost. It literally, I went from like being here and people stepping all over me to being up here and being like, I am untouchable. Why? Because I am a strong woman. I am independent. I can go to the gym. I can lift this heavy box by myself. I don't need you. It felt really good. It really did. And I did fall out for a little bit, and then I went back because everybody, you know, goes through things. Life happens sometimes, or injuries. I did get injured a couple of times, and I would always bounce back. I love the gym. I love what it's done to me mentally, physically. It's literally the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I want to help you understand why being healthy and being fit matters so much in life, not only for your looks, but for your mentality, for your, you know, for your growth through your journey, your discipline. It's tough. It's tough staying consistent for 6 years in a row, because that's what I really want. I want to look very good when I'm older. You know, I don't want to be ripped and crazy. You know, I want to be healthy and good looking, you know, when I'm older. And I know that if I'm consistent with my workouts and if I'm consistent with my meals, I will gain the weight that I'm looking for. I will have the goals and the body that I want. You know, what helps me keep track of my eating, because that's another thing that a lot of people misunderstand. They got their diet completely wrong. They will follow somebody else's diet. You have to know your body. Another reason people can't gain the right weight or having a hard time is they're not keeping track of their calories. So I didn't know this app even existed, and once I did, it literally changed my life. I am not sponsored by it, but it's the best app for calorie count, I think, and macro, because it does everything for me. So MyFitnessPal, I'll have a link in the description below. I'll also show you how to use it if you guys don't know how to use it. It keeps track of all of my meals. In the morning, I wake up and I make my breakfast, and it's kind of like a game to me. So I try to eat about 3,000 calories a day. And every time I open the app, just scan my food or to type it in, because it has a memory, so it remembers everything you eat. And if you're consistent with what you're eating, it's the easiest thing to add your food. And it'll be like, hey, do you want to add your yesterday's meal? Like if you eat the same thing in the morning or something like that, it's super easy. So you pretty much, you know, make your meal or grab the ingredients, you scan them, it'll give you the portions, and usually it's one serving that it'll give you, but you can change it, you can modify it. It'll give you your carbs, your fats, and your proteins. And that is a great way to make sure that you're eating as much as you can during the day, because that was the thing I was lacking, eating calories. So you're tracking your calories, you're tracking your protein intake, your fats, and your carbs. I think that for a free app, you couldn't ask for anything better. And if you're consistent with it, eventually when you're buying food and you're grabbing stuff, you already know what's healthy. You already know what everything has because you're doing it every day. There's consistency again. It pays off, because now I go to the grocery store and I don't have to look at the back of it or scan it on my app to know if it's good for me or not. I just know because I've done it so many times. So I definitely recommend you guys keeping track of your calories, because that will be a great game changer. The days that I don't keep track of my calories, I don't eat enough calories. 3,000 calories is a lot. Coming from somebody that wouldn't eat a meal a day, that would eat like maybe 5 meals a week, counting my calories up to 3,000 a day has definitely helped me put up some weight. I started back up. I was weighing 114, and I weighed myself yesterday. This is 3 days of eating. I already gained 4 pounds. Supposedly. We'll see. I don't like weighing myself, and that's another thing that I do that I shouldn't, because your body fluctuates your weight a lot. I like to weigh myself like every other day, and that's not something that you should do. You should weigh yourself every 2 weeks, so you're not constantly, because in the morning you weigh something, and then at night you weigh something, and then after you poop you weigh something, so it's not consistent. Just do it every 2 weeks, so you're not all over the place, you know? It's much better for you, trust me on that one. I will be posting my meals, because I think that if I show you guys what I'm eating, at least you can copy some of the stuff, and it's pretty yummy. And I'll show you also the macros, so then it's right then and there for you. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will go over them on the next videos. Thanks for watching.